Avengers, a symbol. Welcome back to Sanders Presents. I'm Greg, and if you're enjoying the content we're producing, please consider following that link in the description below to assemble with us on Patreon and become an Avenger today and sponsor the content on our channel. We currently have two tiers available on our Patreon, a $3 tier and a $5 tier. At that $5 tier, you become an Avenger Premium member, and your name is added along with these other lovely people to our Avenger Memorial Hall of Fame. Also, Avenger Premium members get monthly comic book drops. I hope you're enjoying your comics. To all of my Avengers, thank you for your support. Thank you for your sponsorship and for making the content of this channel possible. Every dollar counts. We know it is tough out there for everyone, but again, we are completely user-ran. We are completely funded by the community, so thank you for all of your support. We are diving right into the Marvel's Avengers February development update. So I'm going to just very directly, first and foremost, I'm going to read out what they've what was in their official update, in their February development update. So sit down, buckle up, here we go. Hey everyone! We know many of you have been eagerly awaiting our next formal roadmap for Marvel's Avengers. We aren't yet ready to reveal the next full roadmap, but we can share some news about our next update and how we're improving and changing the game in the near and medium term. In Marvel's Avengers, core game systems must evolve with the player base and as we learn more about how players play. A number of the systems built at launch haven't grown and aren't sufficiently delivering the most fun superhero team experience. I agree with that. I do. I agree with that. We addressed some of this in our last patch with the addition of shipments. Again, we're all thankful for that. A reworking of the gear upgrading system. Again, much appreciated. A streamlined resource economy. Again, I'm thankful for that. And other changes. More of this type of work, like a refresh of rewards for events like Red Room Takeover and Corrupted Vibranium, is ongoing and is a substantial part of our near-term development plan. To give some specific examples, let's take a sneak peek at patch 2.3, currently planned to release in March 2022, and a sample of the changes it will bring, as well as some elements in progress for release shortly afterwards. First, Nick Fury is returning to lead S.H.I.E.L.D. and coordinate future Avengers Initiative missions alongside Director Hill. This comes with a much-needed rework of the war table and the mission select system. We're changing how to find, select, and launch missions on the leveling journey throughout the Avengers Initiative. Our primary goal is to improve the flow for new players to reduce frustration in the leveling process. The more organized and directed experience will also create larger, more concentrated matchmaking pools for higher-level players. We're also taking the opportunity to use what we learned in the past year to further balance gear perks. We've seen some amazing builds and plan on creating an even wider variety of powerful builds to discover and play. Alongside a wider variety of builds, we'll be making gear sets earnable through a wider set of play activities to give you more options to hunt for the perfect build in your own way. The new shipments system added in 2.2 has been really successful at providing another path to cosmetic rewards while rewarding play, but it has had a fairly major impact on our units economy. We plan to make adjustments in the next patch by adding units as additional rewards to a number of in-game activities. Last update, we experimented with allowing players to earn weekly rewards from completing the Omega level threat and the raid for each of their heroes, not just once per account. We've really liked the results of that, and we're planning to extend that per hero system to Mega Hives in the next update. Lastly, we'll continue to prioritize critical bugs like improving raid stability and player feedback on where we need to make tuning adjustments. This is just a glimpse of what lies ahead. Stay tuned to our dev blogs and live streams for more info about patch 2.3, where we plan to go over the changes in detail as we get closer to release. We also can't wait to share more about our long-term plans, and we'll do so as soon as our teams finalize development and launch schedules. We've loved our adventures together, and we're excited to show and share with you the adventures we have planned for new ways to fight, new heroes to fight with, new challenges to face, and how we plan to continue expanding Marvel's Avengers. Thanks for playing with us. So again, one of the best things here is we're getting the war table rework, which is something that I've complained about immensely. There's a better way to approach it, and I'm looking forward to see what they end up doing with it, but I am optimistic. I also love that Nick Fury is coming back. Again, it's something that we've talked about before. We've gone over that on this channel, returning Nick Fury to the road, moving the story forward, giving us a present environment, like changing the narrative and starting to push that forward. And the fact that they're actually doing that shows that there are signs to acknowledge campaign progression, give a different difference in the story and start to elevate these narrative threads, which again bodes well for potentially, some of the things we speculated about, a raid on Avengers Tower, reclaiming Avengers Tower, things that can change the world. They're clearly looking, to adapt and make changes in terms of choices that are made in development through, narrative actions and acknowledging that in the live game. So I'm really, really excited about that. Now, it doesn't look like immediately that there isn't any story mission that will describe Nick Fury's return. There is a little bit of narrative that will explain the changes and move the present moment that the game is in further along in terms of the timeline, but the ultimate goal of Fury's involvement is to fulfill an Avengers fantasy of working with S.H.I.E.L.D. and getting missions from Fury for newer players. Again, this is something that's been explored in focus testing, in terms of play testing. So they're getting that perspective of that new player base because, again, they want to expand. They want to get new players in, and I absolutely respect and appreciate that. Now, we still don't have the roadmap. We were told, at one point we were told in 2021, at the end of 2021, we would have a roadmap. We were told early 2022 we would have the roadmap. It is still early 2022. There is still room to have that roadmap and to have that available to us. And we're entering March. The big thing we know about March is that we're getting a big patch update, and we'll have to see what that does. And I'm sure around the time that the patch update comes out is when we will finally get that roadmap and we'll be able to really sink our teeth into it. Overall, I appreciate everything that they said, and I'm looking forward to all of it with optimism. I think the fact that they're acknowledging that they need to streamline the war table, that they need to further improve access to units, that they need to further improve gear rewards across the different game types. All of this is good things. It's everything we've been talking about. It's checking all of those boxes. Now it's just a matter of getting all those bugs fixed, and we need to stay on top of that. Again, not in a rude asshole way. We just need to stay on top of, if you get a survey from Square Enix, you need to let them know. You need to let them know. Be respectful, but let them know, we got to get these bugs squashed. We got to get this. We got to get this working. We got to get this cleaned up. So we will continue to look throughout this. We're going to keep a very close eye as we, of course, enter March. It's here, and so I assume the update is right around the corner, so we're going to be paying very, very close attention. To my Avengers, thank you so much for your support and for making this content possible. If you are willing and able, please consider following that link in the description below to assemble with us on our Patreon and become an Avenger today and sponsor the content that you're watching and enjoying. And while you're down there in the description, please take our invitation. We have a link to our Discord. Follow that link. Join our Discord. We have an amazing community. Would love to see you there. Finally, in the description below is a link to my debut science fiction novel, 89 Instrument of Destruction. Please follow that link to check it out and order your copy today. Thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. I really do appreciate it. Like this video if you haven't, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and share our content with your friends. It helps immensely with YouTube's analytics and algorithms. Above all else, and most importantly, stay safe, take care of others, and have a marvelous day. Bye, everyone.